with Rose. You know, she really connects us with the sacred feminine. And for the men folk in here, please don't be deluded that she isn't for you. The sacred feminine and the sacred masculine live within us all. Because we are all divine spark. We are all gods and goddesses. And if you need any affirmation of that, can I just say Zach and Anastasia on the stage, and Tara Bliss, the eternal gods and goddesses, right? And if you just look at the person next to you right now, really look at them, what do you see? Lots of joy. I see you. Hello, my king. Right? And the giggles often occur because it's so confronting to actually look someone in the eye. Because that's the true namaste. The divine in me sees, greets, and meets the divine in you. Right? There's something potent about that. So when you take Rose to bring about a deep sense of peace and tranquility, for her to soothe you and to open you up, just like Anastasia opened up that heart center earlier this morning, you might want to consider also connecting with this funky little area down here. It's a sacred womb space. What's she talking about? She's getting all woo-woo on us. Isn't it fun? Own your unicorn, baby. I'm not the only fairy in the room, am I? Fairies, put your hands up. So what we're going to do is take these two sacred essential oils, and while Rose connects us with the divine and sacred mother, Myrrh connects us with that yummy, wise crone within us all. The one who knows, the one who remembers, the one who stops looking outside her or himself and instead is comfortable to turn deep within into the sanctuary of that internal cave. To find the answer in the stillness and the silence. Right? How much magic could be woven in this room if we did less of this and more of hearing with our hearts, just like our brothers and sisters right here. Right? She'll take you deep. And as you layer the rose over that beautiful myrrh, take just like a teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil and a drop of myrrh in there. And if you want to lift to new heights, euphoric heights, add a drop of clary sage. And if you really want to come into some stillness and quietude and rest, add a drop of petitgrain. And just massage those three over that sacred womb clockwise. And then take your rose touch and anoint yourself. Become the queen. You see, Rose and Jasmine connect us so beautifully with that regal royal part of ourselves, where we stand centered and true. Emotionally, what that does is it takes us out of a contracted state of being continually in fear and that fight-flight, and allows us to expand and open up. So we connect with the divine and we can hear the voice of the divine, which is what, you guys? Your truth. As you allow that divine spark within you to awaken, to fully flame and be flamed, everyone you touch will be affected, will be deeply touched and penetrated by the glory of your light. Remember what Marianne Williamson says in that quote I love to share with you all, and many of you read every day, Our Greatest Fear? And she says, who are you not to be talented, fabulous, and gorgeous? Who are you not to be those things? Because you are a child of God. How does that feel? Breathe that in. When we remember that our parents are divine, everything else falls away. Rose reminds us that your mama did the best she could. She did the best she could. And you, all the mums in the room, you're doing the best you can. And you know what? She calls us to attention, to mindfulness in our thoughts, words, and deeds. She brings us fully to a place of center. That's why when our good doctor shared on the stage, do you remember before they went up for their second panel, how calm they all were? She just takes us to that comfortable place of stillness again. What's really beautiful is you allow yourself to journey with these. And when Doc was on the stage earlier, Paul's like, how's the science geek in you, Ness? So I just love it. It's like Dr. Hill, I rub up against him, right? Like, just let it all flow in me, Doc. I want that memory. Right? You know what I'm talking about. He gets up there and we're all just like, ah. But see, we can begin to empower ourselves again to recreate something like that. And it's something we call aromatic anchoring. Right? See, nothing takes us faster down memory lane than our olfactory senses. And this is really beautiful for our family here, right? Because one of your senses is dulled or you're not using it fully anymore, right? So guess what? Your other senses are heightened. So boom, you guys are already way ahead of us, right? Now, as you breathe in these essential oils, I'm going to put it really simply, those aromatic compounds do a little dance up the olfactory bulbs. Right? And up they journey, up they journey. It's like they're going into our little internal heaven, right here, the brain. Right? Now, we know they touch different parts of the brain, but let me take you here, the limbic system, that emotional control center and the place where memories are formed, creation. So how about if you allowed yourself a moment to breathe in your favorite essential oil or melody, right? And then as you breathe it in, you notice how you feel and where it journeys in your body. Step 1. So now every time you smell that essential oil or blend, you will be teleported back to that moment in time. I feel calm, I feel at peace. Oh, I feel energized, whatever it might be. Now, step 2. Let's wrap that up with an intention, a powerful intention. Who has a dream? Who dares to dream big and then dares to dream bigger? Yeah? Did you see these guys' hands go straight up? They know what it is to manifest. Yeah, right? Now, if you could allow yourselves to create an aromatic anchor with those dreams, let me ask you something. Who dreams of being diamond and beyond in this room? Whatever that means for you. Yeah, give yourselves a clap. It takes courage to go there, you guys. It takes a brave heart, right? And then it takes a lot of consistency and persistence to be that every day. So what about if I said to you, let your intentions go out into the world like these little electrical currencies. Breathe in your oil or blend as you're intending that, as you're sending it out. And as you breathe the oil or blend in, breathe into your heart. And you might want to place your hand over your heart and just breathe it in. And just feel that heart expand. And just take a few breaths into your heart, breathing it in, your intentions are going out. Now, our heart waves and our brain waves are going to start dancing to the same song now. They're going to be like grooving together. Maybe over here. And then what's going to happen is our heart is going to beam so bright that it will magnetize that intention to you. Boom. It's going to draw it in. That's what our heart is for. Our heart, if you look at the chemistry of the heart, if you go into quantum physics, your mind, your brain emits these electrical currents, and your heart is the magnet calling it to you. So now, you get out that oil of blend and you breathe it in. You snort lines of essential oils. And you breathe it in, and each time you do, you re-anchor to that moment, to that intention, to that heart opening and bringing it to you. How does that sound? So, who's ready for diamond? Who's ready to claim blue diamond? Who is ready to walk for one whole song and a whole kick-ass name banner thingy down the purple carpet in Utah as a presidential diamond? So you ready to be magnificent? Are you ready to truly be magnificent and honor Creator? Creator and your soul intended for a great life for you. Remember where you come from. Mama Earth, she is everything to me. I bow to her every day in homage. I am so grateful for the sacrifice she has made for us to have these essential oils. Never ever stop being grateful for her. Ever. I tell you what, she gives freely and unconditionally. She is the true mother who loves without condition, right? So how about if you consider taking our glorious wintergreen from Nepal? She's even pink when she comes out. And align her in fractionated coconut oil with Whisper. Now I know she's called the Women's Blend, but guys, how many of you love Whisper? That's Hawaiian sandalwood in there. What a treat, right? Yeah. So you combine them in fractionated coconut oil, and I want you all to aromatically dress. Are you all aromatically dressing now? You're going to shimmy and love that body up, right? And then you're going to take the rose and you're going to anoint your heart space and your upper heart and say, are you ready to repeat after me? I am unconditional love.
I am unconditional love.
I am at peace.
I am at peace.
I am magnificent.
I am magnificent.
Now take your hand and put it over your heart and take a deep breath and call on the energy of Whisper with those glorious oils and of wintergreen, and feel Rose wrap you up in her love. I am unconditional love. I am at peace.
I am at peace.
I am magnificent. I always dance ahead of my slides. I'm not a real PowerPoint gal, so we'll keep going. Look at the pretty one Tracy made for aromatic anchoring. Just look at that at least, because that explains what I said. I don't want it wasted. But you get it right, like she's put it so beautifully. Now I want to take you on a journey now to meet a very precious essential oil who I have come to love and adore so much. Her flower is rich and yellow and reminds me of God's light, that golden light. But then we distill her and she's like this indigo royal blue. Who am I talking about? She is glorious. Turn to her for inspiration. Combine her with lime and Hawaiian sandalwood to align you with the divine, to keep anchored to the earth, to bring those divine inspirations into being. Lime assists us with respiration and opening up, right? So doesn't it make sense that lime also allows those creative juices to flow in life? Are you with me? Now, for those that feel like they're procrastinating with committing to something deep within them, maybe claiming that next rank, maybe committing to improving or deepening a relationship with someone, maybe allowing yourself to commit to your growth. If that's the case, then I would encourage you to align blue tansy with some cedarwood and bergamot and a touch of grapefruit. To come into that place of deep acceptance of where you are and to enable you to connect once more with all that is, all that ever was, and all that ever shall be, so that you can step into the fullness of who you are. I'm absolutely loving placing a drop of her in the skincare. So I've been traveling a lot, my husband and I, Paul. We travelled so much last year. We were home in Australia for 12 weeks of last year. And it was beautiful. We love to serve in this way. And I really felt Blue Tansy supporting me with that. And then what I found was, I was always using Verage. And what I found was I needed some deeper hydration. So I bought the hydrating cream. And I just put like a little scoop in my hand and not even a drop of Blue Tansy. Just take her and just make like a crescent moon from the top of the bottle, right? And then just rub a dub over the face. Your neck, your décolletage. It feels very sumptuous. You'll feel very happy and at peace. But she's amazing for the skin. I felt like she was feeding and nourishing not just my skin, but my whole being. I came alive again. I came so alive. And this morning I aromatically dressed with her and the Melaleuca in the fractionated coconut oil for protection, for connection, for self-love, right? Because the Melaleuca protects us with all these energies everywhere. Lots of humans are here. But also the Blue Tansy enables me to connect in full presence with each and every one of you, which is my intention, right? So I would consider adding Blue Tansy to our already amazing skincare system. Okay, are we ready to go to South America and dance with some Copaiba? Worthiness, self-awareness, mindfulness, connection, alignment with the divine, clarity, purposeful existence. These are words from my dear friend Amanda Porter's book that you all love, the Emotional Aromatherapy book, who came to our Emotions Masterclass, right? Isn't she glorious? And this is how she felt with Copaiba, and we're speaking, we're bouncing off our just tuning in to what he was like, you know? And he felt glorious. Like with Copaiba, I just feel like everything opens up. And I'm just like, okay, I am so your servant. Let me show up. Let me show up in the fullness of who I am and what it is I need to be in this world. Did you notice the word be? Ask yourself, who can I be today? Rather than what can I do? What do I need to check off my list? And more busyness. And if you take it internally, for those that are comfortable to do that, like the doc recommended, then notice where that takes you. Notice how you feel. Notice how quickly you realign. So Copaiba is awesome for when you're feeling scattered and fragmented and not connected. Who would just love to reclaim their birthright of abundance, joy, health, and being that magnificent being of unconditional love again? Would you be open to me sharing a blend with you that I really love to connect with that beingness of unconditionality? Are you awake or do you have food coma? You're awake, thanks Eric. So let's take some Blue Tansy, Copaiba, Siberian fir, Lang Ylang, and layer with rose. Now Siberian fir is going to come in this mix. He's going to open us up, right? He's going to help us to feel fully connected and grounded, like big roots of an old tree just going deep into the earth. Now the fir, that solid trunk, the opening branches extending up toward the heavens. Lang Ylang, unconditional love, connecting with deep childlike wonder, joy and awe of life again. You take these and you mix them with fractionated coconut oil and you shimmy shimmy and love all over yourselves as you aromatically dress. And then you take the rose and just breathe her in. And then layer her over your heart, your wrists. Take her up your forearm. This is a lung meridian in Chinese medicine, right? And I feel like it just opens lungs and so it opens my heart. Would you like to say this affirmation together? So, just take your hand and place it over your heart and you can close your eyes. I align with divine, unconditional love. I surrender to love and all her gifts. I allow the love of the divine to flow through me, touching all of life and all of creation. I am love. Just take a deep breath in that place right now. And if you want to, take your hands in namaste in that prayer and just bow to yourselves right now. It takes a brave soul to reclaim that birthright. And for me, I feel like doTERRA calls us to this every single day. You hear us say essential oils. We're all about essential oils. But we know it's personal development wrapped up in essential oils, right? That's the core of it. We are called to grow, to be the best version of ourselves every single day. I've got this up here because everyone says, what's the ratio for aromatic dressing? I'm really subtle with it. I want you to remember that these are the most potent and powerful essential oils that have ever touched humanity. Ever. I've been using essential oils since I was a little girl, connected with the earth. My beautiful space self has always been drawn to them. And honestly, this is really all you need. Just trust your intuition with children. As they get bigger and weigh more, you can add a little more, right? And your wee babes. But these are glorious essential oils. So use them wisely and less is more. Now, neroli. Who would love to be more patient? How many of you ask yourselves questions like, what would love say? What would kindness do? How can I be more tolerant right now? How can I be more patient with this adult who's acting like a child? Or with the child who's tantruming for the 10th time today? Let her soothe you, nurture you, nourish you, combine with the jasmine to bring the essence of you back, the stillness of you back. I was so excited when doTERRA launched neroli. So excited. Just anoint yourself with neroli and notice how you feel. It's very instant. And if you experience a feeling like your brain's slowing down or brain fog, does anyone ever get that? Just take neroli and swipe it up and down your neck, right up into the occipital region to access the occipital, right? And then across your whole neck, your wrists, over your heart, put it in the palms and just breathe that neroli in. And let the plant medicine come to you and nourish you. Who would love to just feel awake every day? Consider these essential oils. Frankie Boy, of course, is there to anoint, bless, and love you. We're going to combine some copaiba and lemon to awaken. It's a very divine blend with the copaiba and the frankincense. Jasmine I've covered really beautifully, but this is really going to get the juices flowing again, of creation, of connection, of self-love. And I want to share this blend with you, wholeness. Consider using these 3 heavenly oils to reconnect with wholeness again. All right. Quickly, quickly. Okay. Someone will bump it to you or whatever you do, you know, send the photo. Okay, for change, I would like you to consider blue tansy with geranium, helichrysum, manuka, and frankincense. Now, the song of this helps to reconnect you with your sovereign state. Who wants more of that? Right? It's not having power over anyone. It's standing true to yourself and empowering others just by being who you are. And now, I have an invitation to you all. And the melody that this sings is the melody of hope. If we could have that music now. My invitation to you today is this. Can I ask you to commit to every single order you make to have hope oil on that order? To every single person you enroll to add hope. To share the story of Operation Underground Railroad with every single person you meet. To lead with hope, to bring the hope back. It costs roughly $2,500 to free one child, USD, to free one child from the sex trafficking industry. If we all committed together to order this, to gift this, and lead with this, what would our world look like? Gift it to the teachers, gift it for birthdays, have it on every single order. When you sample, sample with hope. Take a deep breath. Breathe into your hearts. And remember that in the light of love, we are one. In the light of love, we are whole. And together, we shine a light of hope and joy back into the world. One drop, one share, one embrace at a time. Thank you so much for having me.